anyways, so Logic got his account nuked on X for some reason. We're trying to demystify. We're trying to sift through the occult knowledge of the internet and figure out why. There's nothing on here that would really. I'm not going to show the email, but I think it's probably safe to read it.
Yeah, go ahead.
After careful review, we determine your account broke the X rules. Your account is permanently in read-only mode, which means you can't post, repost, or like content. You won't be able to create new accounts. If you think we got this wrong, you can submit an appeal, which looks like you did.
I did. And I even tried to send him information about something I thought may have caused the issue. But again, it's we have no privacy in this world. I understand authenticity, but come on, I don't want everybody knowing exactly who I am and where I live for OPSEC reasons.
There are plenty of people on this platform and pretty much every other platform that use assumed names and aliases. This is a practice as old as the internet itself, and if they're going to start mass outlawing that, even at the policy level, they're not going to have any users very quickly.
Well, I'm going to make a new track specifically for this subject, and it's really going to not be nice. So I don't know, man, and it really, to me, it hurts my feelings to know that I'm not. There's friends I have on X, and I really would like to be able to speak with. I've made some really nice friends, but it doesn't. It's not going to deter me from what I'm doing. It could be the fact that I was using Grok in a particular project manner, and that someone looked at that and went, "Oh no, we can't let him do that." So I've got other AIs to build my project with.
Well, I think you could still use Grok and all that stuff. And I mean, they are pretty decent tools in and of themselves. I actually really like Grok Imagine. It's one of the best image editors out there.
Well, I have a lot of saved conversations that I've been doing like for the last 2 months. And what I really made sure of is I bookmarked every one of those in my browser, so I actually can go back to them. If I try to do it through Grok, it says nope, no access. But if I use the bookmark, it pulls everything back up. So, and I've saved all the conversations and documents too. So it's not like I'm locked completely out. I have that information. But
have you tried to grok.com as opposed to X?
Mm-mm.
It's better if you use grok.com anyways. Just go to Grok's website because the UI is better and you have more tools and
Well, and if I continue to give Elon any of my money, which is very doubtful, I probably will do that. But
I can tell you probably what it was because you rebranded, right? You rebranded.
Yeah, I did.
That is one. I know that is a flag because that's exactly what happened to me because I had to rebrand this account. I can't even remember what it was before, but
yeah,
I had to rebrand this one when I first started it because I didn't like the name or it didn't come out the way I wanted it to. Yeah. So, and then they put me in, they didn't suspend me, but they put me in limited state, I think it's called, or something like that.
Yeah.
And then that's probably what happened to you. And you were also doing the follow for follow stuff, which is a big no-no.
Yeah. Well, X. No, to be honest, I think it was when I was trying to create my company brand account and it failed. It would not allow me to create that. And that may be what triggered it. I don't know.
Well, you need a gold check for that anyways. I'm assuming you don't want to spend $1,000 a month.
No, so. I don't. But, I was just trying to get that as a brand to be able to, say, look, I've got this documentation. Come look at what I have. Now I don't have that option. So that's okay. Fuck them. Fuck you, Elon. Sorry.
Well, I guess they don't want your $1,000 a month then. Sale lost, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And they don't know you don't have it. So they could have just lost a paying customer there. It's an
Well, I
extra
think
$12,000 a month that Elon's not going to pocket. He could have been a trillionaire this month.
Yeah, well, sorry.
Access denied. Let me look at some
Sorry,
of
man.
this other stuff on here.
Sorry, man.
So unauthorized automation. This was kind of like the name of your business kind of might have been a flag there, but either they got some stupid Indian on there that didn't understand that was just the name of the company, not that it was an automated account. Fake persona. It's the internet. Everyone's using a fake persona. This is just carte blanche to nuke anybody's account at any time. And every single one of these social media platforms has something like this. Google is just the most nebulous with it, but I mean, this one just they wrote a blank check for themselves to nuke your account.
Yeah.
Because everybody's using a fake persona. You may not use manufactured identities. Well, there goes 95% of the people using your platform. Or deceptive behavior. There goes the other 5%. AI generated profile photos. Everybody copied or stolen profile bios. Okay, I don't know about that one, but yeah, that goes on too. The parody accounts and whatnot. Everybody with a fake Michelle Obama account.
All of the Elon accounts.
Or well, that one I'd kind of understand why they're nuking those. That's fucking annoying.
No, they don't nuke those, dude. They don't. They're still out there operating. I was still getting messages from those accounts for months, and they're still there.
Yeah, you remember that one time I thought Elon had reposted one of my things, and it turned out to be one of these fucking bots. Yeah.
Yeah.
Impersonation, that's kind of the same thing. I'm not going to bother. We allow compliant parody. Yeah, I'm not playing with that. Or fan account. Multiple accounts and coordination. This is something that every major social media influencer does, by the way. Multiple accounts and coordination. They're all doing it. And a lot of these guys outright admit that they're doing it.
Yeah.
And if you go on any YouTube guru talking about what to do when you first start a YouTube channel, one of the things they do is they tell you to make multiple accounts so you can like and comment on your own stuff because no one else will initially, which is 100% accurate. And they are literally all doing it. All right. Bad logic. Bad. No. Down.
What?
Put that gray hat away. Inauthentic behaviors.
Yeah, that one, whatever. What the hell does that mean?
You may not share. Yeah, inauthentic behaviors. You may not engage in behaviors that manipulate, X, or artificially impact how content is discovered and amplified. Only we can do that. This includes content spam. You may not share or post content in a bulk, duplicative, irrelevant, or unsolicited manner that disrupts people's experience.
Well, that could be me. Because I do repost a lot of stuff as I see it that is specific to my field. So that could have been it. I don't know. But that's fine. I can still read the text. I can read those and I can post those somewhere else and not deal with their bullshit. So
isn't all content disruptive in some form or fashion? Am I getting too meta on this topic here?
I see what you did there. I mean, yeah, I really do think that's pretty much a generalization. They're making it so easy to say, oh, you know what, you pissed us off, we're taking your account for whatever reason. We don't have to give you a reason.
I thought Elon liked disruption. Isn't that his whole business model?
Well, that's what it used to be, but of course, who knows at this point.
If something is not disruptive, then what's the point of the content in the first place?
Look, the platform is named X.
Yes.
What the hell?
X marks the spot where we're going to dig for the buried treasure.
Come on, man. Get real.
Not allowed. Sending bulk, aggressive, high-volume, unsolicited replies, mentions, or direct messages. All replies, mentions, and direct messages are generally unsolicited.
Well, I did send a couple of messages to some congressmen, but I mean,
On X? Oh
yeah,
no, that's what did it. That's probably what did it. I think we located the probably what well, I don't know. This is speculation too.
it's all speculative. They make it so general that you don't know the reason, and I'm not going to ask for one. I'm fine with what they did. Fuck them. I'm done. I'm going to move on.
Using
Burn that
trending
bridge.
or popular hashtags with an intent to subvert or manipulate a conversation to drive traffic or attention to accounts, websites, products, services, or initiatives.
Yeah.
Why am I using your website? Posting with excessive, unrelated hashtags in a single post or across multiple
No,
posts.
I
Yeah,
don't.
I
I
guess
don't use. I
that
don't
one's
use
kind of
hashtags.
annoying.
I don't use hashtags.
From what I've heard, using hashtags is the surest way to get flagged on X. Anyways,
Yeah.
most people, even the big accounts, don't use hashtags at all. So, why even make that part of your system if you're just going to get penalized for using it? I don't know.
Look, whatever I did, I did. I take responsibility for it. But again, fuck the system. I'm going to go about my business.
All right. Well, I guess we're moving on then.
Yeah. I mean, I can only hammer that so far, but without really screaming. But yeah, and I was watching a video this afternoon. I just watched part of it. I didn't get all through it, but basically, someone at X was calling two other big influencers out, saying that there's a fight between them, which there probably is not anything to do with it. But this individual has ties to another group, which is in direct line of fire of these two influencers. So I can see where that's an issue, but that should be called out. If that's what's happening, that should be called out. So don't
Internet fight.
don't fucking pull me down and let this other crap go on because you're making yourself look silly. And not that they haven't already, but I thought when he bought the platform that he was going to reform things, and he hasn't. He really hasn't. It's the same BS. It's just at a different level, and that's okay. That's okay because I don't need it. There are plenty of other media platforms that I can fuck up and get a brand from too. So I think I lost my place. I was talking about the ODNI, and then I had branched off. Oh, JD Vance. Yeah, I'm telling our greatest allies that um, you guys you're waging war with our weapons and our money, and if you don't like the deal, then screw you. Um, which and I don't know if this came out before or after, but Ben Gvir actually came out and said, for one tier of an Israeli mother, all 1,000 Lebanese mothers should be burned. All Lebanon must be burned. And so that has really sparked a major outcrying of a lot of people in saying that, look, and I have to, in my humble opinion, agree. Um, if you're just going to continue to wage war for whatever reason, we don't want to be allies with you. I'm sorry. This is not the way to diplomatically handle things. Um, what I heard was okay, so we take out Lebanon. Who's next? Turkey? We take out Turkey. Who's next? Syria? I mean, where do you stop the line? You've crossed the line, and there's no going back.
Well, somebody had pointed something out today in Diligent Denizen Space, which I thought was kind of interesting. Did you know that at one point the United States and Iran were actually allies?
Yes, yes,
And I thought this was, and also the Soviet Union.
yeah,
We used to actually do joint. operations with them.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
I'm wondering if it's possible that there's some larger, not even strategic, but some kind of business dealings that might be cooking up in the background with regards to the United States and Iran that we're just not privy to. Some corporate intrigue.
Yeah. No, I think you're on the right track. I've had that kind of idea in the back of my mind. I didn't really want to go down that rabbit hole too deeply because there's a lot to be involved with that. But.
Well, because this does not seem to be the typical way that the United States does war. When we do war, usually we're dropping Moabs and napalm, and I'm not saying no war crimes have been committed thus far. There was that the schoolhouse right at the beginning of this whole thing, but I'm not even sure how much of that is real from either side. Could have been propaganda for all we know. Or it could have been real, and maybe we're just duped. I think we floated the idea that it could have been an AI targeting.
That was bad intel, yeah.
Either bad intel or they were using AI targeting modules, and that's what caused this.
Well, potentially, that's the same thing. If you use an AI model, it's probably bad intel. So, yeah, I get that, and I understand, but there's been some atrocities on both sides, and I can't say they haven't. I would hope that our side has not committed those atrocities to that level. We've made mistakes, and that's the fog of war. I understand that, and there are no civilians in war, whatever you want to say, but I just think we've gone a little too far with this, and somebody's got to step in and say, "Hey, wait a minute, what are you doing? Why are we still we're trying to make a deal, and you're lobbing rockets into Lebanon and saying we got to wipe them out? What?"
And so many times historically, when Israel was going to lose, they should on paper have lost, and miraculously they did not. And don't think that that is not some sort of divine hand that is there. So look, I think President Trump also maybe did not grow up as much like that as we did, and it does go beyond government. I understand not being able to work with people. I understand that there are people who are difficult. I have a feeling working with President Trump or Bibi Netanyahu is no walk in the park for anyone. But let's not pretend that. These guys are big characters and strong leaders.
So it's Mike Gallagher.
There's pushback between them. But yeah, I don't care for those feelings. And I'm looking at some of the comments. They're very mixed here. I understand something's like, I don't care about your feelings, Logan. I want the facts. Well, the fact is President Trump made a pretty bold statement. And I'm very concerned about an inevitable pull away from support of Israel that is really only pushed by a radical French element that's very loud. And someone had a comment about that. Lisa in Pennsylvania. Let's go ahead and take Lisa. Radical.
Hi. I agree with you in the last caller.
Of course you do.
This is a spiritual fight, and I don't think President Trump is getting the proper spiritual advice. This country's got to pray hard. We got to stand with Israel or
Why?
I mean, that's biblical.
Why?
And I'm not Jewish.
Where?
I didn't grow up going to church regularly, but these last 15 years of my life,
how do you know?
Life,
sure.
Yeah. I just see things. It's a spiritual battle.
What do you see?
Anything Israel fights, it's a spiritual battle, and Satan is behind it. And Donald Trump has got to get behind them, or
what? I think Lisa, I do think this administration is behind Israel, and I do think they're supportive. And I don't want
way too behind, way too supportive. This is the average brainwashed boomer. Where does it say that I have to support all of Israel's actions in the Bible? This nation
well, it depends on what Bible.
Around during biblical times.
Okay.
No, it wasn't. But you have to look at what version of the Bible are we talking about? Because there is a specific Bible that says you must do this regardless of what happens.
Well, there's a few more than one, but yeah.
Well, but I mean, I'm pointing at a specific one, but yeah.
See, I
was,
grew up Roman Catholic, so
Yeah.
I was never exposed to any of this stuff. The Catholic
Yeah.
Church, at least the ones that I attended, we never heard these bastardizations of the Christian religion where it's been hijacked and, weaponized our entire country as a tool
A
for another
proxy.
nation.
A proxy, yeah.
A proxy. Yeah, a vassal state to our vassal state, which
Yeah.
we helped establish. This is insane.
Yeah.
And I was going to turn that into a full video later, but I could never tell how good the audio quality on these little rants are going to turn out until later. So Roman Catholic to Southern Baptist upbringing.
Yeah.
So those are my two religious backgrounds, if you will. And in neither one of those do I remember hearing. I never even heard the word Zion before,
Yeah.
except in the biblical context, which is way different from how it's being utilized today.
Yeah.
And secondly, the United States is not supposed to be a theocracy. So we are supposed to have a separation of church and states. Now, I'm not a diehard Christian, but even if I were, we're supposed to be a constitutionally limited republic, and religion is not supposed to be part of that. Now, it will drive us morally on an independent level, on an individual level. And to that extent, you can't extract it from the government. But as far as turning the efforts of our nation towards the betterment or facilitation of whatever the other nation wants to do, that's supposedly part of biblical passages that you just made up out of whole cloth, even if you could support that with biblical scripture, we're not supposed to do that constitutionally.
Yeah.
So you're at an impasse with this agenda in either scenario. It's wrong.
Well,
there is no scenario in which this is the correct action for the United States to take. It is unconstitutional, and as far as I can tell, it goes against scripture.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we've done a lot of things recently that go against the Constitution, and that seems to be the path we're on. So I don't think that's one of the issues they're really concerned with. You know what I'm saying?
The other thing is, a third, if you will, are we actually helping? Because it doesn't seem like we are. How much longer do we have to help? How much more help is required? You get to a certain point, and this has been going on for almost 100 years, and it's like, okay, apparently we've been doing something wrong here. Someone somewhere down the line has been doing the incorrect thing, and we need to have a powwow. We need to have a get-together with ourselves, not with the other country, with ourselves, and have a report card on exactly what's been going on wrong with our relationship with our so-called allies, and have an accounting done. How did we wind up here exactly? We need to get the Bobs from the Office Space.
Yeah.
Absolutely. What is it you would say that you do here? And if they can't answer that, then maybe we don't need to be in an alliance. And I'm not just talking about them. I'm talking. We need to do that down the line. What's Britain done for us lately? Nothing. You're out too.
We have a litany of those that we need to address. That
Australia. Okay, never mind. Australia. Never mind. You guys are good, man. Australia can do no wrong.
Well, they did take prisoners from us, so. But you're absolutely right. I think at some point we need to look at everybody that we have any kind of relationship with and do that. What have you done for me lately?
Yes. This isn't rocket surgery either. This is proper leadership. This is proper stewardship of one's household.
And at the beginning of this administration, that was the idea. I mean, maybe it was prior to that. He was talking about, we need to really look at our allies and figure out who best serves our best interest, because obviously nobody's serving our best interest. We're serving everybody else's. And at some point, you got to stop giving. Others going to keep taking.
Yes. This is something we have to do on an individual level. If you don't, your life will be chaos. You know, if you have a friend and they're a drug abusing womanizer and they're constantly hitting on your wife or your daughters, destroying your house, they owe you $500. They're never paying back. Are you ever going to let that guy around your kids or your wife or lend them money again? You'd be a fool.
Please. Can I have some more, please?
You'd be a fool to do so.
I know. I agree with you. But, how do we make our politicians look at it that way? Because at this point, they're not. They have their own agenda. They have their own pocket, really, in mind. And,
recent activities by this government alone are enough to indicate to me that there is, I don't even know if it's just personal gain that is driving folks with these decisions, because it doesn't make sense from a greed perspective either, at least not without being able to see their individual finances, what they're investing in. I'm sure that's going on too, but this looks to me like you've got people at the highest levels of authority in this country that are leveraged upon, acting not out of their own best interest, but out of fear. And too many people in our own positions of leadership that haven't spoke up, and the ones that are, like Tulsi Gabbard, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Thomas Massey. Thomas Massey is the only one who ran his mouth while he was still in. MTG kind of did it when she was in, and then scurried out the door.
Well,
and yeah, I mean, there's probably others. I don't know if Tim Burchett has also been on. I think he's said some things
on that. Yeah, but I don't think he's on that hit list. But Joe Kent was, and that's why I think
Joe
part of the
Kent.
reason he left. Yeah, he
Tulsi
left
Gabbard. Tulsi Gabbard again. Well, I don't know. I think she still wants to do the political game. That's why she didn't say anything until after she got out.
Oh, but she said a lot, and it's really weird because I caught something in her little speech to the nation that I don't think everybody did. But basically, she said, "You either go along or you get the fuck out." That's what it translates to.
Well, with regard, she was talking about the COVID.
Yeah. But yeah, that's specifically where that was pointed. But I think there's an underlying theme there, and I think that's what everybody kind of misled. That's not just the topic that she's talking about. And really, she had a lot of pressure on her from different people, different entities, different groups to go along or get the fuck out. And basically, she got the fuck out. She did the right thing. Now, where does that leave us? Well, I mean,
wouldn't the correct time to do the right thing be when you're in a position of authority to actually do something about the wrong things?
Not when your authority is challenged. Not when you have no pushback. And I don't think she's in a position where her authority would have given her any leverage at all. I don't. I mean, she had information that would be very detrimental to someone because of her office. She had all that intel. She knows stuff that we don't know, and I think that's a big tell right there. So, and I think Joe Kent did as well.
All right, come on. Is it just music?
Here's where we are. Just a day ago, the U.S. and Iran signed a 14-point interim deal. A fragile...
No, we're not doing this.
There's another one. There's another one.
I'm just trying to find the actual video. You're supposed to do this before the show.
Sorry, I should have done that, but I didn't.
Does this guy always look like a fucking cartoon character rather than an actual human being?
I swear,
every time I see
real.
him, man, JD Vance is like a parody of himself.
He's not real, man. He's a simulation in the Matrix.
He's the Truman VP.
Welcome to the Truman Shit Show.
Wait for him to sail away on a paper boat and walk up those stairs at the edge of reality.
If I don't see you.
Jim Carrey, what was on the other side of the door, man? I don't think he's ever been the same after that.
He never has. He never has. I think he actually saw what was on the other side, and that scared the hell out of him. So
they showed him the Zapruder film from the other angle.
Get away from that. I want to talk back to the Lebanon component of Israel. There's a report in Axios that Netanyahu's fuming over this. Israel doesn't feel bound to the MOU as it relates to Lebanon. If, as you mentioned, your frustration with Israel striking in Beirut hitting apartment buildings.
Okay.
I'm not the first one that brought that up, but I mean, it does fit. MOUSE, Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, Mickey.
TRUM. No, it doesn't work. I'm gonna try it. Nope. I get one too. What I get for trying.
Torpedo the deal, and what would the U.S.'s response be to a broader war in Lebanon involving Israel and Hezbollah?
Yeah, the people in the audience caught your cold retroactively.
It's happened, man. It happens. Yeah, it's a computer virus. Okay.
Yes, it transcends the flesh because the flesh is weak, but our connection is strong.
The force is strong with this one.
Well, I don't want to get into hypotheticals that could torpedo the
Okay,
deal.
good. I guess we could just cancel this whole thing then, can't we? Next.
Vance. Mickey Mouse.
The Mickey Mouse administration. It's all a clown show. I called the last episode we did Circus O'Lame. I thought it
Yeah. Yeah. That was pretty good.
Because I think the president's expectation is that all of our friends, the Israelis, the Arabs in the region, we're going to work.
Whoa. Let's slow down with the friend word.
Yeah, well, that's a really loose term for everybody at this point. So yeah. Whatever.
Wait, did he do finger quotes when he said friends? Hold on.
I think so.
Let me go back.
Arabs in the region, we're going to work together and actually see this deal to completion. Now, I saw the Axios report. The Netanyahu is fuming. That's not reflective of the conversations that I've had with him, but maybe he's saying something to somebody else that he's not saying to me. What I will say, and this does bother me, is that you've seen people within Bibi's cabinet who have come out and attacked the deal, and in some ways very personally attacked the president of the United States. And I guess my message to them would be twofold. Number one, Donald J. Trump is the only head of state in the entire.
Okay, I don't know if that's me or what. My internet might be lagging, or maybe this is a crap video.
It may be a crap video. I don't know.
Is it lagging?
Yeah, I'm catching it on this end.
Trump is the only head of state in the entire world who is sympathetic to the nation of Israel at this moment in time. And he happens to be the head of state of the world superpower. If I was in the cabinet of the Israeli government, I might not be attacking the only powerful ally that I have anywhere left in the entire world. And the second message I would give to some of those cabinet members, Bibi, to his credit, has not gone down on this path, but to some of these cabinet members in Israel who are attacking the president of the United States, the other thing that I would say is that over the last 3 months, 2/3 of the defensive weapons that have protected your homeland have been built by American hands and paid for by American tax dollars. The problem for Israel is not Donald J. Trump. And anybody in Israel who thinks their biggest problem is the president of the United States needs to wake up and smell the reality of the situation that country is in. Thank you all.
Bingo.
Whoa. Somebody really wants to run in 2028. Am I right?
I think so. That deserves a bell, though.
Yeah. JD, you correctly read the room.
I think so.
For once.
I think at this point in time, he went, oh, this is a good opportunity. I shouldn't waste it.
Well, I mean, and it's possible. That's not the clip I was looking for either. But it's possible that they're pivoting now. Like I said, the Iran business thing might be more than just a little scritchy scratch the back of my brain. There might be something cooking in Tehran.
Well, what do they have as far as resources that we might want?
They got that oil.
Oh, really?
I can't see the rest of that. I can't see the rest of that Chappelle skit, but you know, I got
They got the Diddy baby oil.
I don't know. This is a good time, I'd imagine, for JD to start really distancing himself from the America Lasters, we'll call them. He's always had some zingers like this, and they always feel scripted.
They fell flat, but this one actually had a little meat to it. So I don't know, man. I don't know if this was planned. I don't know if this was a plant or if it was genuine. And it doesn't matter at this point. He actually made points with a lot of people today. So
yeah. Oh, before I do that, let me see if the comment section is enabled. It does not disappoint ever. This is all theater. Setting up Vance for president, and if he wins, you'll see a major reversal from his speech. Yep. Bingo, bango. Audio quality sucks. Okay, it wasn't just us.
Yeah.
Transaction, deal with your own shit. I wish. Paid for by our tax dollars. While our country is in shambles, you can't make this up. 60 days sounds like the ceasefire. Remember 60 days to flatten the curve? Does anybody remember that? Winners don't sign deals to pay $300 billion. Get
a new one.
Yep. Don't piss off the one country that is helping you. I don't think he meant to put a period in there, but I understood anyways. What is BB? So we are paying for their bombs? Dude, we are so overpaying for their security while we can't even afford groceries or gas. Yeah. Yep. How many more wars are we going to support? How many more proxy wars are we going to get into? Oh, look, Joe Biden. Joe Biden's on the Jay Leno garage show that no one gives a fuck about, except people with one foot in the fucking grave. Do you see? Joe Biden is on the Jay Leno show. So people can salivate over vehicles they can't fucking afford while their kids go broke and homeless and veterans live in the streets in their own urine and feces. I'm kind of ramped up today, man. I don't know if you noticed or not.
You're good.
I'm losing my fucking mind.
I'm wondering if Joe's going to try to run for another term.
You know what? I'm shipping for it. I'm rooting for it. Let's do this. Joe, let's go, Brandon. Let's do it. Accelerationism. Go. Fall of Rome 2.0. Let's do it. If we're going to fuck this country up, let's do it all the way. As Louis Rossman would say, if you're going to be the bitch, be the whole bitch.
Let's go, Bernie. Weekend at
Bernie's. Yes.
Weekend at Bernie's. Yeah.
Bernie, Joe Biden ticket. Let's do it. We'll get Kamala Harris as a Secretary of Defense. I'll have to edit that part out, lest somebody misinterpret it.
Yeah.
Warning. Rare form this evening, folks. Iran must demand BJs from Trump and Vance added to the deal. I'm sure they'll agree to that too.
That's a good one.
That's the end of the show, folks. Tune in next time. More news at 5. Once an imbecile, always an imbecile. First damn thing he ever said that I agree with, yeah. USA realizing who the real enemy is. I think a lot of people actually realize what's going on. We're getting gaslit from the media. We're getting gaslit from our politicians. We're getting gaslit from the paid influencers, you know, the $7,000 checks that are getting paid out to these influencers, whatever it actually is. There's an influence campaign afoot. And by the way, thanks to the additions made to the NDAA under Obama, PSYOPs are perfectly legal. So even if this stuff comes to light later on down the line, which it never fucking will, but even if it does, no one's going to jail. No one's getting sued. No, except for you, if you say double plus on good things about protected, stuff.
And it's almost like they engineered it that way specifically.
And now you've got, this is actually enraging because you've got Massey and these other guys that are trying to get that 224 thing tacked onto the bill so that we don't merge our military technology with Israel. My argument is we shouldn't have an NDAA at all. We should not have a Patriot Act at all. I don't want to add appeals or amendments or additions or subtractions. I'd like to subtract the entire fucking thing from our legal processes and be done with it. Because this has been a fucking nightmare since 2002. And it's never ended since. How many more books have to be written about this topic? How many more legal scholars have to go over and say none of this stuff is actually constitutional? We never should have done it in the first place. John Whitehead, Battlefield America, you saw all the stuff that came rolling off of the military-industrial complex surplus. It's awful handy to have surplus when you're gearing up your police state like a police state with military gear that you just happen to have extra of because you made so much of it for wars that we shouldn't have been involved in the first place, that we have extra to hand out to all of the police, which we never fucking needed. And now all of a sudden, there's a reason for it. It's called global terror. And we were supposed to get them over there before they came over here, only apparently we didn't get them all over there before they came over here because they're over here. And now, supposedly, it's domestic. And you've got sovereign citizens. And I have a feeling because this shit, Kyle was talking about this earlier. We kind of touched on it lately, the last couple episodes. What was it? The 4 or 5 different people from all corners of the states that supposedly plotted the UFC 250 terror attack, which was Fed fiction start to finish. Well, this is just the beginning of this crap. I guarantee you they're going to astroturf more of this shit into existence.
Yeah. I mean, it's so apparent that they engineered this particular plot for this particular reason, to make sure that 702 was reinstated. I don't know, man. It just doesn't add up. That's a playbook. They're running the same playbook again. The problem is there's enough of us still around to see this stuff going on and going, hey, wait a minute. You've done this before. You've run the same play, and we know how it plays out, okay?
Now, wait just a minute. I had to stop before I gave myself a fucking aneurysm. Kusa, breathe.
A storm is a brewing. But as Kyle mentioned today, and I think it was very important, all of those things that they said they were really against are, a lot of people could actually say they have the same feelings, the same thoughts. I don't know that this is
well, they got to start demonizing these concepts now. And they've been doing this for a while, actually. They've been doing it since the 90s. It just didn't really stick in the 90s. And actually, the way Waco and Ruby Ridge and Malheur Wildlife Refuge, the way those things turned out, especially Waco and Ruby Ridge, that was not a W for the law enforcement boys. They like to paint it as that. And they tried to rewrite history with those 2 different Netflix series on them. But there's still too many old heads like you and psychopaths like me that actually look up the real history, that know that it's bullshit, that they don't really want to talk about this crap anymore.
There's stuff coming out of, the Charlie episode that doesn't add up. And then this latest debacle, there's some things that there's friction there that should not be occurring. and I don't know what's happening, but I think our country is really, as I said before, we're coming up on the 250-year anniversary of an experiment, and I think this is a failed experiment. We're probably not going to succeed unless something changes drastically. In theory, it should work, but in the wild, in the real life, it's not a perfect world, and we know there's too many variables, or too many actors have their hands in the pie, so to speak, causing issues with what should be our republic has turned into China, a surveillance state. I'm sorry, but it is. We went over and gave them the tech, basically. Thank you, Larry. Only so we could test it out to bring it back to our own home country. And of course, his alliances are very clear cut. So, sorry, I'm rambling. My dog is dancing.
That's all right. I was using your ramble as a cover to look for the stuff that I should have looked for before we started the show.
Well, I try to give you that time, to do your stuff.
All right, well, keep going. I'm just gonna mute.
Okay.
Ceasefire. Max Gordon joining us now from Dubai. What happens next, Max?
Okay, Stu. Well, the hope is that Israel and Hezbollah will stop fighting long enough for the U.S. and Iranian negotiations to get back on track. This ceasefire went into effect just a little more than an hour ago.
Hey guys, I went to acting school. You could tell because I gesticulate like this, and I've got the Johnny Bravo haircut.
And according to a U.S. official, this was brokered by the U.S., Qatar, with some help from Iran. Israeli withdrawal from Israeli safety zones in southern Lebanon, and the IDF says they still have the right to defend themselves. Now, this all comes after increased fighting in southern Lebanon between Israel and Hezbollah. Overnight, the IDF reported 4 soldiers died. Lebanon reported 47 people.
Well, there it is. Of course.
Was that the Three Stooges theme song in the background?
I don't know. I can't hear it so well. I've got my gain cranked all the way up so I don't talk so loud.
Which makes a lot of sense, but
people were killed and 97 others were injured in Israeli strikes. This latest fighting follows an escalation in southern Lebanon after an Israeli airstrike hit Beirut right before the signing of the deal between the U.S. and Iran. Back and forth strikes have since continued, with the White House sending a message that Israel needs to moderate its response. The deal with Iran dictates an end of fighting in southern Lebanon. Now, meanwhile, Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Mojtaba Khamenei, released his first statement on the deal with the U.S., saying in part, it was the American president who, out of desperation, used all kinds of leverage to bring this about. President Trump responding on Truth Social today saying, we didn't meet out of desperation. Iran did. They are finished. We'll play out the 60 days. They get no money, not 10 cents. And the clock is ticking. Those 60 days have started for negotiations to take place, though it's still unclear when U.S. and Iranian negotiators will meet face-to-face in Switzerland. The White House releasing a statement today saying that the U.S. delegation is ready to go when the Iranians are as well. Stu?
All right, Max, thanks very much.
But did they find the backpack?
Not yet. It's probably in with the burn bags that
the secret room, the Cash found.
Yeah.
Cash, are you listening, bro? You gotta check that secret room again.
They may have stashed that somewhere.
And also like, favorite, and subscribe.
Nah, just like. I don't care if you subscribe, but yeah, like this one at least. Did you notice we have a new Air Force One?
Didn't he get a plane from Qatar a while back, and something happened with that? He got
a plane, but then they took it back apparently. But we have a new Air Force One. I don't know. I didn't see the details of it yet, but I just saw the headlines that everybody was saying, "Oh, you got to see this plane! So cool." Yeah, it could be the ones that we got from somebody else. Qatar. Qatar. Everybody says that weird, but it's Qatar. I don't know, man. It's such a circus, literally, and we're not getting any bread. Bread is like $3 a loaf, so and that's the good bread, the cheap bread, not the good bread. Um,
the Pepperidge Farm bread. Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Oh, got to ask them because they shouldn't be remembering anything. No remembrances, please.
This is an alert.
Wrong
This is an
speak.
alert.
Absolutely.
I don't know what got into me today, man. I almost feel like my old self again.
I did. my essence is rubbing off, I guess.
The essence of rage. All right. Well, it's 444,000 views.
Oh.
All right, Yeller. It was a nice run. You can't shepherd the cattle.
Put me down.
All right. Well, let's see what this video is.
Axios' Mark Caputo just sitting down with the president in Trump's first interview since he signed that agreement with Iran about 24 hours ago. Here's some of what he said.
What have you learned about not just the exercise of power, but the limits on your power as a result of the conflict?
There are no limits.
No,
not. I haven't learned that lesson yet. I know there are, but there are no limits. We defeated them totally militarily. I did a naval blockade.
Totally.
Not one.
I can do whatever I want. You can try to stop me, but many have tried and they've all failed. Just look at Tulsi. We got rid of her. She said no. No one says no to me. I'm huge.
Yeah,
shit was able to get through. Some tried. They didn't. It didn't last very long.
You say shit,
and it certainly brought Iran to the table more than before. However, beginning of conflict, you had talked about you only wanted unconditional surrender.
What the fuck is this?
Well, the MOU doesn't look like.
What is going on with this guy?
I don't know.
Look at the tie. Look at his hair. Are we in Hunger Games now? What season are we on? What?
This is season 3.
Oh my god.
Unconditional surrender.
Well, it really probably is unconditional surrender.
Yes,
I think so.
You heard the incredulity in Mark's voice. We've got much more of this. I mean, Mark went on to question the president about his claims that there's
I love that facial expression. Let me go back to that. Hold on a second.
It is unconditional surrender.
Yes,
I think so.
It is. Seriously.
That's a thumbnail right there. That's going to be a thumbnail. Thank you for that, random lady.
Hold on. I got crap.
You heard the incredulity in Mark's voice. We've got much more of this. I mean, Mark went on to question the president about his claims that there's been regime change in Iran. And Trump responded to him in that case. He said, I actually think it's regime change if you want to know the truth. Now, Caputo responds to Trump, how is it regime change if you had, and then Trump jumps in on him and says, because they're different people. Caputo responds, but you have Khamenei Jr. You have still a lot of IRGC officials there. To which Trump responds, well, they're different people. All right. Khamenei Jr. is different from the father. It's almost like that's a late night skit. Okay. There's a lot more.
I agree. I completely agree.
Yeah.
This entire thing has been like, this entire administration has been like a
SNL skit.
A bad one.
So, Kareem, is this a new regime that's much more reasonable and less radicalized than the 2 prior regimes over the past 4 months or 4 weeks? I'm sorry.
That's false, Aaron. It's the same regime. It's new personnel. It's the same ideology. It's a 56-year-old Ayatollah Khamenei instead of an 86-year-old Ayatollah Khamenei. And their fundamental worldview hasn't shifted one iota. So I don't think there's any indication that it's a new group of men with a different ideology.
That sort of just makes the whole point. And as for Trump's claim that the U.S. totally defeated Iran militarily, he has...
Okay, well, I mean, what the fuck did you expect exactly? Are we going to find an Iranian who doesn't have an Iranian mindset? I mean, what kind of fucking mind games are we trying to play here? Are we going to... I know they were floating that one guy that was from Iran and he fled here to America, and then they're talking about shipping his ass back over there. I guess he went to Israel or something for a while, and might have like triple citizenship, if that's even possible. Yeah. But assuming something like that isn't possible, we're not going to get the Shah of Iran, which, by the way, Arab Spring didn't work out so good. So I don't know if we want to try to replicate that success, because it wasn't a success. It was actually a monumental fucking failure. So what are we trying to do here exactly?
Wrong thing.
We detected that you were having a dissident thought.
Many times, even during the war itself. But as we have said, when you look at the facts, the reality is that that is not true. Iran's nuclear material, of course, is still there. And we know from Seth Jones and the Center for Strategic and International Studies that Iran still has about 70% of its pre-war missile stockpile and 70% of its launchers. Out front now, Mark Caputo, the White House reporter for Axios, who sat down exclusively with President Trump and shared that clip first with Out Front. I mean, Mark, it's really an extraordinary conversation that you just had. I just want to emphasize, this is the first time Trump has spoken since signing the agreement with Iran, right? The memorandum of understanding. He certainly
memorandum
comes off as defiant and defensive in the conversation with you.
He's proud. He thinks the deal, or he's projecting that the deal that he has agreed to, or the memo that he signed, is great because of the stock market and oil prices. That's what he's really fixing.
The Dow is up.
Mark,
Dow is up.
No, Mark Caputo, it's the memorandum. Lord, I apologize.
That's okay, my son.
Save it on.
So let me play again a little bit more here of where you were pressing him, Mark, on the agreement with Iran that he just signed. Here it is.
What have you learned about not just the exercise of power, but the limits on your power as a result of the conflict?
Nothing.
There are no limits.
No,
not. I haven't learned that lesson yet. I know.
All right, I'm not doing this to people. Come on.
There are none. There are none.
All right, that's it. I'm not.
We're done.
At the risk of redundancy, we're gonna move on.
I sent you that thumbnail.
All righty. Thank you, man.
Yeah.
The memorandum of understanding.
The MOUSE.
Memorandum.
It's gonna be the MOU second edition SE. So
I'm gonna have to work on that one. Let me
Yeah.
Nah, I won't do it right now.
Didn't post. I do love the background right now though, because that's the way I feel. It just is so insane. Every day we wake up in another world, in another. Is this the timeline shifting? Are we just in a continuous shift? Because everything is getting stranger and stranger and stranger things. You know, I don't get it, man. I really never thought I would be this old.
I feel this in my bones. This is the disappointed mom glare. Did you clean your room? You already know the answer.
Why are you asking me? Yeah, do you think that's kind of the face everybody has right now?
That's the face I have every time I hear the news nowadays.
Yeah.
Good or bad.
Well, it's not
good
news anymore.
If it's good news, I just assume that everything is shit and that they're lying to me.
Well,
or maybe it's true
anymore.
Maybe it's true, but there's other shit that they're not telling me.
We just need to start calling it the narrative. Because that way it can go either way.
That's pretty much narrative. What I've been working into my lexicon for the past 4 or 5 months.
Yeah.
The agenda, the narrative.
The narrative, yeah.
The script.
The playbook.
We're not getting anything approaching the truth anymore. It's all gaslighting from every angle. And maybe it always has been. Well,
that's why I said, the act is coming to a close, because the scene has got to play out at some point, and the lights have got to come up. Everybody goes, "Oh, see, it was all an act. It was all play. None of this was real anyway." You've been warned. Your awakening is going to be very, very sudden and very abrupt. And
I can't remember. I was listening to a podcast earlier today, and one of the guys on the forum said, that's the weird thing about bankruptcy is it happens very slowly and then very quickly all at once.
Yeah. Well, I think that's what we're seeing with our democracy or our republic, with our faith in government, which we no longer have, because they've agreed and said, no, we've lied in the past, but trust us now, bro. Trust us now.
Trust the plan. What plan? Does the plan involve life not sucking anymore?
Which plan are we talking about?
Because in 10 years, I'm going to be 50 and I don't have a retirement solution. My retirement solution is work until I am dead. And for many people my age, that's basically it. That's as good as it's going to get. That's as good as I can expect.
Well, to be fair, you're right. But those of us that have made it to retirement are not living. We're existing. Barely, and it's day to day, month to month. Juggle this to pay that. What are we going to eat tonight?
Yep.
We don't have anything. And
robbing Peter to pay Paul.
I thought I would be better off because of what I was able to accomplish in my life, but that's why I'm falling back on my old life, trying to make a new one. So.
If it's any consolation, I don't think X was going to help you get there anyways.
No. And I'm because I've actually got other sources. I've gone way beyond what they could provide me. And then I have a path now. I was just talking to.
So I don't know if you noticed or not, but remember the formula that I was telling you about doing?
Mm-hmm.
I collect bad ideas.
Yeah.
Well, this has been the inaugural episode of that.
I've
been
noticed
doing
that.
The formula tonight.
I noticed that.
This is the new formula. Welcome.
And
have a seat. There's only one seat. You're going to have to fight over it. Here's some weapons. Oh, we already got a winner.
Yes. Sit down. Have a seat. Good to see you. Can we get you coffee? Can we get you tea? What do you need? You got the weapon, okay? No, I saw where we were at, and I was going, this is really a good episode for that particular reason. So
I'm gonna make this podcast disappear. Ta-da!
Well, essentially they have without really shooting anybody, so. I don't know.
I'm definitely off my fucking rocker tonight.
No,
I take my meds.
Well,
kidding.
that makes two of us. And I'm not kidding.
They're coming to take me away.
Haha.
Take me away.
Ooh. Ooh. Every rant is atomic. Every rant.
Yes.
This one's actually more atomic than most, but
yes, I know. I've been rather low energy for like the last several months. I don't know what the hell's wrong with me exactly.
Well,
felt like I couldn't get properly upset at anything, which for any other normal person would probably be a marker of health and mental stability. But for me, it's like, whoa,
what is wrong?
I don't know what's going on here. Where's my Saint Anger necklace? It's missing.
Yeah, there's no rage here.
Whoa. Clear value tax coming in hot.
Dude, They're so bad. There's no rage here.
We are so back.
Can you bring
here? You just start with it, man. This is awesome.
Play it. Sure.
Federal Reserve has been trying to bring inflation down to 2.0%. That was their targets. That was their goal. And as you know, they've been doing a really good job of failing for the past 5-6 years to getting it down to 2.0%. Now they've changed their goal targets from 2.0% to 2.9%. That is a big difference.
You don't
now,
say.
I just want to say what's crazy is that mainstream media outlets have not picked up on this. It's as if mainstream media did not watch the Federal Reserve FOMC press conference at all. So in today's video, I'm going to show you what's really going on, because apparently mainstream media, in my opinion, is being dishonest or just negligent. So the Federal Reserve
really? I can't tell whether this guy is being sarcastic or serious half the time, and I think that's intentional.
Yeah, I think so. But it plays really well either way.
He's doing quite well. He's up to almost 3 million subs. Good on you, brother.
Yeah.
Good on you. Here you go.
Had their meeting on Wednesday, June 17th in the afternoon, and this was the first meeting with Kevin Warsh as the new chair of the Federal Reserve. So we're going to begin with the official press release by the Federal Reserve, and then we're going to move on to the press conference right after that. So this is what they released 30 minutes before the press conference. I know the text is very small, so I'm going to read it to you. It says the committee decided to maintain the target range for the federal funds rate at 3.75%. So this simply means that at this meeting, the Federal Reserve did not lower and they did not increase interest rates. So they basically kept interest rates the same. Okay, so this is page 2 of 2 of the press release. And don't worry, I understand that the text is small, so I'm going to be zooming in and reading as well. So here it says that the Federal Reserve decided unanimously to keep interest rates the same at this meeting. Okay, so listen, the media is saying that the Federal Reserve is acting hawkish under the new Fed chair, Warsh.
Yeah. And I'm just going to tell you, because I was on Adam Taggart's podcast over the weekend, and he had some financial engineers on, some Wall Street guru types. And they were talking about, well, the Fed is going to lower rates. It's not happening. It's not happening. And you better hope, among hopes, that it doesn't happen. Because if it does, guess what? The only capital reserves right now, and this was particularly true back in 2008, by the way, the only capital reserves, it's not in the personal private sector. It's in corporate. So if they slash rates, the only result of that is going to be corporations hoovering up more assets, which is the exact opposite thing of what we want right now. And the end result's going to be the same for us, which is going to be prices are going to get jacked up through the roof again. And it's going to have the same net result as a dead cat bounce, only it's going to precipitate far longer. Yeah. So I really don't think they're going to slash rates, because it would be.
So hawkish means that the Federal Reserve, they're going to be tightening monetary policy by raising interest rates and or draining money out of the system, right? However, not a single Federal Reserve member voted to raise interest rates, which in my opinion, that's not hawkish. Well, you could say it's not dovish either, but it certainly carries no indication of being hawkish. At least that's my opinion. Now, I want you to take a look at this. It says, when appropriate, the Federal Reserve will print money and expand the balance sheets. Like, does that sound hawkish to you? Like, you know what hawkish would be? If it said the complete opposite of what's written in their press release. Hawkish would be if they wrote that they're going to shrink the balance sheet, they're going to drain money out of the system, not when appropriate, they're going to print money and expand the balance sheets. Like, if you want to argue with my interpretation, like, how do you argue with what's written right there, straight from the Federal Reserve? Now, if you want to take a look at their summary of economic projections,
I mean, I've been arguing with the Federal Reserve since I learned what it was. So
yeah, no, I mean, his interpretation of what they're saying is absolutely what I believe they're saying. And it's, I mean, I don't know. I'm not a math guy. I'm not a money guy. Very obviously, or I'd be somewhere else by now. But yeah, this is really, really crazy. And I don't know that this new advisor, the new chairman, is going to be any better or any worse. It's just going to be different, and I think we're going to all wonder about our economy going forward.
Every year this institution continues to exist is a worse year than the year before it. So, cutting rates, raising rates, doesn't matter. By the way, these numbers, again, I feel the need to reiterate that when they say they're trying to keep the inflation rate at 2%, remember, that's cumulative.
Yeah, people don't realize that.
That's why the prices never go down. The prices never go down because the government has never stopped deficit spending since the Federal Reserve itself was created.
113 years. 113 years plus.